So day 2 of Henley Royal Regatta, and we get underway with the Wargrave Challenge Cup. Shiplake Vikings Rowing Club on the Berkshire station, top of the picture there, and Mercantile Rowing Club from Australia on the Buck station. It's go, go, go for day 2. We start with the power of the aches off those starting pontoons. The boats coming close together early. Look at those blades in the middle of the water. That is getting quite tight in the middle of the water. The Australians heading back right to the Buck station, the back side of the water. They got close together there, Adam.
That was quite close for race, actually. You don't often see that, actually, but they've got it well under control there. Almost a little kiss of the oars together, but there we go. Shiplake College right into their rhythm now as they're coming off the end of the island.
What was unusual about that was it was
Shiplake Vikings, I should say.
Within 3 strokes they were close, weren't they? Normally, as they come off the end of the island, when they start to converge, or the middle of the island, but they were so quickly close together there.
Yeah, that's it. Someone possibly on the bow side jumped on it a bit too hard, but they corrected that very well. And yes, Shiplake Vikings doing well here, striding out into their rhythm.
Striding out into their rhythm on the towpath as well. The joggers, the early morning joggers are out there.
There we go. So we can see the first marker post with the 2 for lane 2 going up first, indicating that Mercantile, who are now in our shots, have taken the early lead.
Yeah, they are a class act, this Mercantile boat. We're expecting them to do good things this week. They haven't travelled all around the world to be knocked out on day 2. And just looking at the blade work there, Adam, they've settled down into a very nice rhythm.
They have, yes. They've really kind of taken a good stride there, and you can see from that first marker there that they had a length lead, which is very solid there for this early on in the race. As you say, Mercantile, they came over before Henley Women's Regatta, so
Shiplake Vikings there, you can see, and the Cox, Alexander Erb, his second Henley Royal Regatta, barking the orders. They've got some work to do. Early concerns for them because Mercantile have forged ahead.
Yeah, Mercantile look very settled there, don't they? Their boat is running really nice and smooth, and they're rowing the conditions well here. And actually, this is quite a nice position to be in an 8 this early down the course at the barrier there to have a lead. We look for the indicator there to see what the second marker comes up as. It looks like they've got potentially a bit of clear water.
Well, there they are. 1880, Mercantile, one of the really historic rowing clubs in Australia. It was formed in 1880. And good evening to our viewers out in Australia who are enjoying this just after 6 o'clock in the evening. Tea time in Melbourne. Decent viewing for you from here in Henley, where it's very much breakfast time. Yeah, they've got this race, they've got a grip on it, haven't they, the Australians here?
Yes, it does look like that, doesn't it? It looks like they've got a good control on this. They're rowing a nice solid rhythm, they're not chasing it too much, they're really settling it into it, and I think they're just putting the Shiplake Vikings under quite a bit of pressure here to really hang on and not lose too much contact here with that crew. But yeah, full credit here to the Mercantile Rowing Club. They came over before Henley Women's, and they've been here training solidly with a good focus for this event. I know they've settled in pretty well to the UK. They were chatting to me earlier, actually, and they were shocked at the temperature yesterday and surprised that we don't have aircon over here.
Oh yes, well it's really worth it for the 3 days where we enjoy sunshine like yesterday each year. They have friends here as well, that's the thing. The Australians are here en masse, so I get down to the course at 6 o'clock in the morning and they're all out on the water going through their pre-race warm-ups, getting their routine sorted out. And there's so many Australians here racing, including the international team, who we'll see Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They're quite close to the boom now. I mean, you're a long way ahead in the Cox. You can see Jordan King just having a look over his left shoulder to see what's going on. They're far enough ahead not to have to risk being anywhere near that boom to the left of the boat.
Yeah, it's always a sort of an imminent danger, the boom, isn't it? It's because it's sort of
lurking,
catastrophic if you were to clip it. So it's maybe the Cox is just sort of building a bit of confidence as sort of where they feel comfortable and how close you want to go. But yeah, I would always steer well clear.
Play it safe when you've got a lead like that. And certainly the umpire, well, it's relaxing for the umpire if nothing else, isn't it? And they are this discipline. Look, Shiplake as well, in brilliant position on the river. I imagine the umpires committee are all watching this race saying, this is what every boat should do. Look, they're perfectly aligned down the course there.
It does help. I mean, it feels like a tailwind here down the finish. It could be a little bit crossy through the middle, but yeah, they're doing a great job at that. So it looks like Mercantile are really stepping into a sort of more cruisy rhythm here, doesn't it?
Yes, yeah. They have dropped the rate a little bit, haven't they? And whilst they've got Shiplake firmly in their sights, they'll be very relaxed.
And this is always the balance, isn't it? As you sort of you know, come through the sort of, you're over halfway of the race, and you want to make sure you're managing yourself for the remaining rounds that you've got coming up. You know, make sure you control the race, but you don't bury yourself and have some pain in your legs for tomorrow.
It's an interesting balance, that, isn't it? Do you go race by race and give it all, and then get into a good rhythm for each race, or do you manage yourself through the week? And I suppose that the more mature, clever athletes, more experienced athletes know how to manage their way through. Well, it's a long regatta, isn't it? 6 days if you're racing for the second time already, and potentially going all the way through to Sunday. You do need to manage your week rather than just a day by day.
Definitely, and I think it's been quite savvy from Mercantile. I think that really fast start gave them a very good early position in this race to kind of control it how they wanted to. So they probably put a little bit extra in the beginning there just to give themselves that ability to kind of control.
Well, it's good tea time viewing for the Melbourne viewers who are enjoying watching their Mercantile boat pulling away, in fact, from Shiplake Vikings Rowing Club, as Adam just mentioned, did all the hard work up at Temple Island. Now in front of stewards, gloomier, not the blue skies and sunshine we had yesterday. There is Shiplake working hard. You never know what will happen. We had a couple of disasters in the last few strokes yesterday. Grace Ivers there in the Shiplake bow seat, and now you can see that Shiplake boat will not be able to catch the Australians. Race 1 of day 2, the Wargrave Challenge Cup, and it's Mercantile Rowing Club who come over the finish line on the buck station. A comfortable win for them. They got the initiative, they got the early initiative back at Temple Island and never faltered after that. Here comes Shiplake Vikings Rowing Club. We were excellent yesterday, but the Australians too powerful for them today.
Yes.